Mix 98.9 with Mark and Chrissy at the Akron Children's Hospital, Mahoning Valley Radiothon. We are moving along.
Wow.
We're moving quickly here today. You can check in too at 1-888-746-9890. Our triple match is still going on for 3 more minutes.
That's it. Take advantage of the triple match, and thanks to our anonymous donor for that. We are triple matching all donations, but only for another 3 minutes. So get in there and become a Mix 98.9 Miracle Maker, because you will see shortly up on Facebook and at mix989.com a picture of our latest miracle, the story of Rebekah. Sarah and Chris Plant from Mineral Ridge have a beautiful 20-month-old baby girl, beautiful blue eyes. And Sarah, it started out, Becca was your first?
She was. And we'd had a lot of trouble getting pregnant with her in the first place, so we were super excited. And when suddenly, 5 weeks early, she appeared, we were still really excited. We had finally met this tiny miracle, and then she didn't breathe quite right. And the nurse said, "We'll be right back," and ran out of the room with her. And immediately I knew that wasn't a "we'll be right back" kind of a thing. It was a "this is bad, how bad is it going to get" kind of a thing. So she was born in Trumbull. She was transported down here to St. Elizabeth's, and she spent 2 days here in the NICU before they found an ASD and a VSD. So she had a hole in the top of her heart and a hole in the bottom of her heart. So she was transported again out to Akron, to the main campus there. And of course it was the only time in November, and who knows how long, that we've had a tornado watch. So she couldn't go by helicopter. She had to go by the ambulance. But by the time we got there to see her, she was already doing so much better. We spent 10 weeks in the NICU there. And it was really 10 weeks that I've been absolutely grateful for every second since she's been born. We couldn't have asked for better care from the doctors and nurses, and the people in the cafeteria got to know our names, and they would ask us about her and how she was doing and what was going on. And the people who came in to even empty the garbage from her room knew us and asked about us. And there was a volunteer at the volunteer desk who every day when we came in and out would say, "How's she doing? How are things going?" And even when we came back, she went home for 6 weeks to grow and came back for open heart surgery on March 6th. And when we came back, Dawn was there and he said, "Hey guys, I'm gonna fill out your visitor badges, and how's she doing? Are you ready?" And it was so nice to know that they didn't just care about her, but they cared about how we were doing too as parents. I can't even count how many times a day somebody said, "How are you doing? Are you okay? Do you need anything?" And it didn't matter what it was. Somebody would go and run and grab even the craziest, smallest things, like chapstick or whatever it was we needed, so that we could sit there beside her. Right.
When they ask you how are you doing, they really mean it.
Right. They want to know how you're actually doing. It wasn't just one of those, "How are ya?" and you say good and somebody's already walked 5 miles away. It's, "How are ya? I'm going to stand here and listen to see how you're doing."
So what now for Becca?
Well, she had open heart surgery, and they closed the ASD and VSD. She has 6-month appointments every 6 months.
Was that a trick question?
Really. We've been supposed to space them out, but the last time we were there, Dr. Vanda Capelli, who's down here in Boardman at the Heart Center, saw a little leak in one of her valves, and it was new, so we're keeping an eye on it, still going back every 6 months to check it out. And we'll see from there if it stays small. He said there are hundreds and thousands of people walking around with little leaks that nobody knows about, and everything's fine. But I think that our biggest thing with her right now is just, regular old colds, things like that. That's what we're most appreciative of this campus, is that we know that if she gets sick in the middle of the night, we're not driving to Akron, we're not driving to Pittsburgh, we're not driving to Cleveland. We can come right here and know that there are people who care about us right here for an emergency. Or, when she decides she's going to climb something and jump off of it. And you're thinking, is that just a bruise, or does it need something terrible, or who knows what? We've been here to the emergency room twice already.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. Once we even went to the pediatrician first, and she sent us here. She was like, "Just take her there, get the blood work done." But it's so nice to know that, 10, 15 minutes down the road, and we can have the best care possible for our little girl. Before we had heart surgery, we had plenty of time to research and find out, where do we want to go? Do we want to change hospitals? Do we want to stay here? But when it's an emergency like that, you don't have that luxury. So I think that's what's nice about right here in the Mahoning Valley.
And it was so nice you decided maybe